Hello and welcome to Module 4 of Leadership 101, Essential Skills for Effective Leadership. In this module, we will be discussing problem solving and decision making. As a leader, you will encounter various challenges and obstacles that require you to make critical decisions that can have a significant impact on your team and organization. Let's start by discussing different approaches to problem solving. The first approach is the rational problem solving model, which involves the following steps. Identify the problem. The first step in solving any problem is to clearly define it. This involves understanding the root cause of the problem, its impact on the organization or team, and any contributing factors. Once the problem has been identified, it is important to create a clear problem statement that outlines the problem and its impact. Gather information. Once the problem has been identified and defined, it is important to gather as much information as possible about the problem. This can be done through research, observation, data analysis, and by consulting with relevant stakeholders. The information gathered should be relevant, accurate, and reliable to ensure that any decisions made are based on solid data. Generate alternative solutions. The next step is to brainstorm possible solutions to the problem. This involves generating a wide range of ideas and considering all possible options. It is important to consider both short-term and long-term solutions, as well as any potential risks and benefits associated with each option. Evaluate alternatives. After generating alternative solutions, it is important to evaluate each option based on a set of predetermined criteria. This involves weighing the pros and cons of each option, considering any potential risks or drawbacks, and assessing the feasibility of each solution. Choose the best solution. Once all alternative solutions have been evaluated, it is time to choose the best solution. This involves selecting the solution that is most likely to solve the problem, has the fewest risks or drawbacks, and is feasible to implement. Implement the solution. After selecting the best solution, it is time to put it into action. This involves developing a plan of action, assigning responsibilities, and communicating the plan to relevant stakeholders. It is important to monitor the implementation process and make any necessary adjustments along the way. Monitor and evaluate the results. Finally, it is important to monitor and evaluate the results of the solution. This involves assessing whether the solution has effectively solved the problem, measuring the impact of the solution, and identifying any areas for improvement. This feedback loop is critical for ensuring that the problem-solving process is continuous and that the organization is constantly learning and improving. Before continuing, if you enjoy my content and want to stay up to date with my latest videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your support. Now, let's move on to decision-making techniques. One popular technique is the pros and cons list, which involves listing the advantages and disadvantages of each option and weighing them against each other. Another technique is the 6 thinking hats method, which involves looking at the decision from 6 different perspectives or hats: emotional, intuitive, logical, optimistic, pessimistic, and creative. Pareto analysis. This technique involves prioritizing problems based on their level of impact. The goal is to identify the few key problems that have the most significant impact, and then address those first. Decision matrix. This technique involves creating a matrix with options on one axis and criteria on the other. Each option is then evaluated against each criterion, and scores are assigned. The option with the highest score is then chosen. Cost-benefit analysis. This technique involves weighing the costs and benefits of each option. The goal is to choose the option with the highest benefit to cost ratio. Game theory. This technique involves analyzing the possible outcomes of each decision based on the actions of other parties involved. The goal is to choose the option that maximizes your benefit, given the actions of others. Finally, let's talk about analyzing and evaluating decisions. One way to do this is by conducting a cost-benefit analysis, which involves comparing the expected costs and benefits of each option and choosing the one with the highest net benefit. Another approach is the SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This technique helps you evaluate the decision's internal and external factors to determine its potential risks and rewards. As a leader, it's essential to remember that problem-solving and decision-making are ongoing processes that require continuous evaluation and adjustment. By using these techniques, you can make more informed decisions and effectively navigate through any challenges that come your way. That concludes Module 4 of Leadership 101, Essential Skills for Effective Leadership. In the next module, we will discuss leading change and how to effectively implement changes within your organization. Thank you for watching.